And welcome into Northridge High School for KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Brought to you by Heidemann and Associates as the Northridge Knights prepare to host the Bingham Miners. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. We've got a really intriguing matchup for you here tonight on our Game of the Week. We'll get into matchups, teams as the game progresses. Northridge in the home whites, Bingham in the road blacks. As the Miners coming in 1-1 on the season, coming off a tough loss against Olympus, defeated PG early in the season, 11-5. That's the only two games they've played, and looking for their second win of the season here at Northridge as the Knights. Boy, an upstart team. Coach Keller, first year here. What a job he's done in getting the culture aligned, the players to buy in. 3-1 for Northridge out of the chutes here in the 23 season. Impressive wins over Ridgeline, Riverton, Cedar Valley. A disappointing loss against Park City, but that was a game that was competitive for Northridge, and they're feeling very confident coming into this one as they've got the possession here. A little split action there for Rusty Baldwin. Looking in front, that pass couldn't be gathered. Ground ball here, trying to be scooped up. I thought Northridge might have had it for a moment with Ketz. Instead, Bingham coming away with it. The Miners here pushing up was Jordan Whitney. And now Nick Anderson, right through the teeth of that midfield. This is sent ahead, tracked down by Devin Pierce. Pierce looking to the middle. Here is Anderson on a run right to the cage, and that off the pipe. Ground ball here. Northridge trying to get there. Badeau trying to gather, sweeps it up, and finally gathered there by Campbell. But boy, met Bingham bringing the physicality here early on as the Miners retreating, gathering. This is Carter Hone. Hone, one of the top scorers for Bingham this year, has a pair of goals early as the aforementioned Nick Anderson donning number 14, the leader in goals with 4 for the Miners. And Bingham now working it up through the middle once again. Here comes Ben Beckstead. Space for him. Beckstead looking, swings out a cross. Run right through the middle. Anderson, big windup and a save. Nice save early on there for Northridge as it was Dibble, returning keeper for the Knights. Coach Keller hoping Dibble can continue to show his progression in his career and development. That pass just off the mark as Ketz trying to retreat there for the Knights. Gathered here instead by Max Skousen for Northridge. Working through this Bingham defense as Northridge now will set up the offense with Rusty Baldwin. Baldwin has that knocked out. Good stick work there by Jacob Lever. And Bingham coming away with it. Hitting the brakes there was Pierce. And being hounded by Northridge. Bingham looking up. And here come the Miners. All space right in the middle, but that pass just off the mark for Wilcox. As that scattered through before being gathered by Meekum. Gage wheels here for Gage. And now again waiting for reinforcements as he'll give it with Caleb Tate. Big afternoon for the Knights, that being the FDU Knights about to upset Purdue in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Northridge looking for a big evening for their Knight mascot. As here is Caleb Tate working right in front. Couldn't beat the keeper there, James Southworth for the Miners. Southworth has been good. According to Stats Report, a .642 save percentage early on this season for Bingham. Put in play here with Northridge. Looking up here for Ethan Christopher. That pass got disrupted. I think it might have been Nielsen that was able to knock that down. Another ground ball here, scooped up by Carlson. Curtis working it up to the corner. He's got Tucker Hale right there with him. Instead, he's going to center one. Pass on target with Whitney. Riken. Mano. Here comes Whitney. To the right, looking in front. That pass couldn't be gathered, but found its way through. We nearly had a shot there by London Peterson, but I don't think he realized he didn't quite have possession. Was trying to gather and fire quickly. As Bingham still on it here. It's inside of 7 minutes to go. A good pace here early. Hone working back to X. Hale. Sent up. Boy, how about that? Anderson bringing that down with the body. Nick bringing to the middle. Anderson looking for a lane wind-up shot, and that was wide, backed up here by Bingham. Want to let you know the clock you see on your screen, unofficial. We do our best to keep that synchronized with the official clock here in the stadium. At times you'll see us stop it, start it early, that sort of a thing, to keep it trued up with the game clock here. That ball rolling towards the middle. Not enough to get across that line as Bingham able to hold it. Carlson again working back up top. Bretton Wilcox sustained possession here for the Miners. Wilcox working around. Good stick check there. That ball on the turf. Again being swept up there by Wilcox for Bingham. Has a man on the wing. This was Carlson. Back with Nick. Anderson straight away. Here's Hone. Being defended by Jonas. Works back up with Nick. Talked about his 4 goals coming in to the contest tonight. Leading the way for Bingham. Help coming there by Evans. Nice job taking away that middle. Anderson around the check. Not much there. Now looking for help. What a tough pass. That one couldn't be gathered, and Northridge will get the possession back here. Boy, minutes of possession for Bingham here in this first quarter, and Northridge has not allowed one to get through. Good work by that defense, and Dibble with a save or two early on. Here comes Jonas. Blake has some space in front of him. Physical check there. Now coming out is Peyton Berg for the Miners. This Northridge team, we talk about 3-1 coming in. It's really been the defense. They've only allowed one team to score more than 5 goals. That was Park City. And that's really the big note of the game. Can the Miner offense find success, or will this Northridge defense continue to flex its muscle here early on in the season? As Skousen straight away, looking for a lane. That shot was a little wide, picked up there by Northridge. That's why you always got a guy in back of the cage there. They'll work back to X. Here's Quinney. Now working near side. Here's Tate. Tate working back. A little bit of space there. Matt stood up, gets a shot away. That'll be backed up here by Northridge. Tate sending that across with Christopher. Worked with Quinney, Wren. Able to get that over with Skousen. Max trying to work around the pressure here. Gets a shot, and that is wide, but backed up again here by Northridge. Here's Cy. Absorbs that. Still on it here, Ketz. Looking in front, has a man shot, and the first goal of the game comes the way of the Northridge Knights. How about the setup? Beautiful offense for Northridge as they strike first. It's 1-0. I think the goal was by Skousen. It was. First goal for Max Skousen. Here tonight, his 5th of the season. We talk about Nick Anderson was leading the way for Bingham. Skousen, again, according to Stats Reported, the leading scorer for Northridge. As he now has his 5th. Northridge will have the possession here. Off of procedure. Oh, nice move there by Baldwin. Working in front. Another shot, another goal. Back-to-back goals for Northridge, as I think that one might have been by, was that Porter, number 24, I believe, on the shot. Kyber Porter, yes, with the goal, his 2nd of the season. A sophomore making it 2-0 Knights. Boy, bang, bang. Offensive goals for Northridge just like that. What response does Bingham have? We talk about these two teams, and Bingham's been great from the spot all year long on these faceoffs. The procedure on the prior one allowed Northridge to strike, as we've got whistles here again. Again, as we talk about Stats Reported, it's a .923 faceoff win percentage for Parker Nielsen and the Miners. That would seem to be a definitive edge for the visitors. As this ball rolling out, can't be kept in. It'll be Northridge possession. Northridge coming up here. That pass couldn't be handled. Turned over in the middle as Lever able to gather it. Trying to keep that in. This ball still bouncing on the turf here. Rolling. And finally will get out. Right at 2 minutes, it'll be Bingham here on the possession. Bingham back on it. Here's Whitney. Anderson will possess. Gives a quick look at the clock here. Carlson. Little screen there by Hale. He's trying to get a little edge. Curtis right in front. Boy, was trying to come back near side, and that just missed the frame. I like the idea there. Quick move there for Bingham as well. Here's Hale. Tucker. Up with Anderson. Straight away with Whitney. Riken, the junior midfielder. Absorbing contact, had that jarred loose. And coming away with it is Chase Harris for Northridge on a bit of a run. The Knights have numbers. Bingham trying to race back. Final minute of play here of this opening quarter. That one lost. Nice work there by Whitney as he had retreated defensively to help the Bingham defense. Here's Braxton Rudd for Bingham. Rudd trying to work around that long pole. Hale couldn't gather, and it's the Knights' long pole trying to take advantage, but this one still unable to be possessed. Anderson trying to get it. Northridge hounding, and they come away with it. Brandon Smith with a head of steam. The long pass, and that's just beyond the outreached pole of Skousen. Had that first goal of the game. What could have been an opportunity for Northridge. They can't convert. Final 15 seconds here of the opening quarter. Bingham looking up. Here comes Beckstead. Final seconds of the quarter. That pass couldn't be controlled. It will go to Northridge. And just seconds left here in the opening frame. Goals coming from Skousen and Porter as the Northridge Knights, after the first quarter, lead Bingham 2-0. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, presented by Heidemann and Associates, only on the Rewind Sports Network.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Mountain Land Power Equipment provides exceptional service and high-quality brands you know and trust in lawn, landscaping, and snow removal products. Our experienced staff of technicians repair all types of snow plows, snow blowers, lawn mowers, small engines, and is trained to answer questions about lawn, garden, snow removal, and landscaping products. Mountain Land Power Equipment, now with 2 locations to serve you in Salt Lake City and Springville.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated at 5 locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
Welcome back. Start of the second quarter, 2-0 Northridge with the lead over Bingham. Good first quarter for the Knights. Boy, that defense continues to just be stout. They don't give a lot easy, especially in front of the cage. Really, Bingham had the one opportunity right in front, just missed it shallow. Other than that, everything really being kept outside by this Northridge D. And the offense has been opportunistic. As another procedure call here, this will be on Northridge. He did point the wrong way. So it was on Bingham. And so it will be Northridge on the possession. Here's Baldwin. Giving that over with Tate. Caleb here working around. Navigating through. That shot was off the mark, backed up here. Coming around front. Was trying to feed that to Ketz. Was just a little tall for Cy there. As Bingham will have this after it. Oh, I thought they would, but that does not appear to be the indication. That will be Northridge possession. Bingham thought it should have been theirs as well, but that was not the call. So Northridge on it. Here's Baldwin being defended by Whitney. Has that jarred loose. Baldwin retreating back. And we'll get the whistle here. It'll be Northridge to start. Gives this over with Christopher. Ethan. Recognized Bingham was sliding over there defensively. Tate. Going to use that a lot, just in tribute to Caleb, but also one of my favorite 11-year-olds. And if he's not watching, he and I, we're going to have a discussion. Coming from X right in front. Oh, and a big save made there by James Southworth, the senior. Boy, beautiful play there for Northridge. He worked from X to right in front, and Southworth with his best save of the contest. This gathered by Peterson. London still with it. Tried to hand off to Anderson right as he got hit. Oh, he's a little slow to get up, and now a flag coming on that play, as we'll have potentially our first penalty of the game. That's unless Bingham can maybe take advantage of something here. Anderson trying to work around, feeds to the wing. That shot was wide out of play, and now we will get that stoppage and that first call here from our officials. Bingham will have a chance to go man up. One minute there on the penalty to Brandon Smith. So now a chance for Bingham. Northridge being man down. See if that can help to loosen up this Northridge D for this Bingham offense. Whitney, that pass broken up. Riker back on it. Swung over Anderson. Boy, that defense so quick to move laterally. Is that pass off the mark, and it will head back to Northridge. About 20 seconds of that penalty killed off. In case you're wondering, 8:45 will be that time when Northridge could be back to even strength. Here's Baldwin. As you figure the Knights right now, just looking to take off the next 10 seconds. Mark this back to even. Baldwin dealing with that. Pesky long stick works over, and how about the goal? A shorty. Baldwin able to find Skousen for his second of the game. And it's 3-0 Northridge. Just seconds left on the man down. Didn't matter. Northridge again continuing the opportunistic approach we've seen in the offense here tonight. Back to the spot for the faceoff. Jonas has held his own here tonight. This one by Bingham. That couldn't be handled. Drifting to the line and out. Last touch by the Miners. Big swipe there. Gage still on it. And now we've got whistles here offside. So Bingham will get it back here. Anderson. Bingham would have liked another offside, but I don't think they're going to get that call. Plays that up with Hone. Now back to X. This is Tucker Hale. Sent up with Nick. Anderson. Has it, winds and fires and shoots and scores. Nick Anderson, first goal of the game, and the first for Bingham as they finally are able to break through that Northridge defense, and it's 3-1. But if you're Northridge, you certainly don't want Nick to find his rhythm. He's a scoring machine, has that power. Nice shot there.
Brilliant.
As Northridge has it. Well, looking in front, and that was just wide. Might have been touched by Southwick. That shot didn't make its way through. I don't know, that came out cleanly for Northridge. Still trying to keep it here are the Knights. Trying to get on that is Skousen. He has it. And now Northridge to set up. Working near side here with Ketz. Side plays that with Porter. And now Baldwin. Rusty. Oh, nice setup there by Rusty. Gets around the shot. The goal. Rusty Baldwin with the response for Northridge as they push it back to a 3-goal lead. Boy, that's all set up. See him just peel that defender kind of near side. Get that quick burst around the edge. All sorts of space to wind and fire. Great look there for the junior as Rusty unofficially with his 4th of the season. This face-off won cleanly there by Nielsen. Boy, it can be such a weapon. Think about it. American Fork last year. Is that one making it through? Lost, out of play. Talk about Nielsen, his face-off win percentage coming into this one. It's been top-notch. That one nearly picked off cleanly by Whitney. Was able to disrupt, but Northridge back on it. The Knights here pushing it up. As that was Campbell taking contact there through the middle, able to work it ahead for Northridge. They wanted the center there, but no one there except for Roman Dixon for Bingham. Ball back on the turf. Batted around, gathered by the Knights. Here comes Ketz. Sai will pitch that back with Harris as reinforcements coming on here for Northridge. Sai still with it no longer as he finds Caleb Tate. Christopher. Harris giving to Tate. Had a little bit of a burst there. Caleb had it jarred loose as Bingham gathers here thanks to the senior Jordan Whitney. Here come the Miners. Boy, Whitney with the burst. He's trying to find a little bit of a seam to get past Chase Harris, who does a nice job there defending in the middle. And now we will get a timeout taken by Bingham. Timeout Miners. They'll have it when we come back. 4:50 to go here in the first half. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week.
It all starts with a smile. To show you care, offer a sign of love, welcome someone home. Even when we don't see each other, or share a room, even without words, smiles bring us together. Let's keep yours healthy. Stonehaven Dental. Schedule online at stonehavendental.com.
Welcome back. An extended timeout. Had some equipment we had to work out there. Understand we got the number one grandparents. Welcome in our national audience, including those out in the great state of Michigan. Hope you're enjoying our stream here tonight. Northridge leading Bingham 4-1, and it will be Bingham possession. Let's see what they have coming out of this timeout. Boy, that literally jumped out of the netting there, and still being scooped around. Check there to help disrupt, but the Miners coming away with it. Here's Carlson looking in front. That shot rose and out as a big check put on there. My goodness. Paid the price for that shot. That deflected and gathered. Boy, good stick work there by Smith. He's got it now. Up the sideline. Now the heave-ho. Boy, that just got lost. Had Caleb Tate right in front. Nearly had a turn-and-shoot situation. I don't know if it got lost in the lighting or in the snow-capped mountains in the background. Regardless, here comes Miners. Whitney, the shot and the save. Oh, and the second opportunity there off the bounce gathered cleanly by Dibble. As whistles here, and I apologize, I missed that, as Bingham will have it. This will be started by Carlson for the Miners in the corner. Inside of 4 to go here in the first half. As they work this up, Anderson the lone Bingham scorer. Coming off that screen, looks in front, shot, and a save by Dibble. My goodness, that was a rocket shot from Braxton Rudd, and Dibble was ready for it. Talked with Coach Keller before the year, and he said Dibble had an opportunity to make big strides this year. Was starting goalie last year, a junior this year, and he's lived up to that here early. That pass across, gathered by Christopher, trying to stay on it here for Northridge as Skousen comes away with it. Pass couldn't be completed, and it's Bingham. Joshua Reese had it, lost it. Back with Northridge here as Ketz trying to protect it. And Cy has help there with Baldwin. Here's Rusty. Back to Baldwin. GLE, he'll work to X. Coming in front. Good help there by Berg. Took away any shooting lane. Outlets to the wing. Not much there as Peterson filled that lane. Back with Christopher. And now up with Harris. Approaching 2 to go here in the first half. Chase. Little step. Works to Baldwin. Shot. Goal! Rusty Baldwin, his second of the game. And it's 5-1 Knights. Fifth of the season for Rusty. His second in the second quarter. And he's got a fan club here in the stands calling out Rusty for the shot. Applauding him for the shot, I should say. That call out, there was no negative connotation there. They were thrilled, old number 20, able to find it for the second time here tonight. And boy, Bingham on the face-off, winning it again. Nielsen from the draw or from the face-off to the net, as that was saved again there by Dibble, backed up by Bingham. As we're approaching 2 to go here. That's sent over, but too tall for Hone. And that was saved. But first man there was Northridge's Brandon Smith. Boy, hard hit there. But Brandon still able to pick it up. And boy, that was Parker Nielsen who delivered the hit, or maybe took the hit. He's the face-off guy for Bingham as he works to the sideline. He's got a bit of a limp. Northridge back on it. Baldwin works ahead with Tate. Caleb coming around, has a bit of a lane, and that just over the crossbar. Boy, a good look there for the sophomore Caleb Tate. Ketz trying to deal with the defense of Whitney. And that pass tall for Tate, but enough time to gather it as Berg runs out. Tate gets around him. Fired to the middle, was trying to find Quinney. Could not. That lost out. It will be Bingham possession. Inside of a minute to go here in this first half. Boy, a goal late here for Bingham would be welcome notice for the Miners as that one trickling through. Gathered by Carlson. Here's Curtis. .30 seconds left. Here's Carlson on a run, and that one shut down again by Dibble. Not the first time Callums made the initial save and was able to keep that out. That one died right in front of the goal line. He'll take it. That one jarred away from Connor Campbell. CJ trying to maintain it here. Bingham trying to sweep that ball ahead. It was plucked up. Bingham has it. Seconds trickling down. We got a late whistle here, and I think a timeout taken by Bingham. And they're saying, hey, there should be 5 seconds left. The clock reads 1.7. And that will indeed be the case. 5 seconds is what they'll put on after the timeout. Timeout. We'll step aside, be back after this for the final 5 seconds of the first half.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated at 5 locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
Welcome back. Final 5 seconds. Bingham will have it. Talk about trying to generate momentum. Boy, a play like this can create a lot going into the break. We'll see if that Northridge D can continue to shut down this Miner offense. They've done a great job today in this first half. I've got 5 more seconds to try to put together a really good first 24 minutes. Seconds trickling down, and that shot will not be close, and that will do it for the half. 5-1, Northridge leads Bingham. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week.
Mountain Land Power Equipment provides exceptional service and high-quality brands you know and trust in lawn, landscaping, and snow removal products. Our experienced staff of technicians repair all types of snow plows, snow blowers, lawn mowers, small engines, and is trained to answer questions about lawn, garden, snow removal, and landscaping products. Mountain Land Power Equipment, now with 2 locations to serve you in Salt Lake City and Springville.
And welcome back. Start of the second half. Dane Stewart here with you. 5-1. Northridge leading Bingham. Rusty Baldwin with a pair of goals. Max Skousen with a pair of goals. Kyber Porter with the other goal for Northridge. Meanwhile, Nick Anderson still the lone Bingham goal scorer as this Northridge defense, man, they continue to just make it so difficult for opposing offenses. Bingham will start with it. And looks as though there was a penalty there is CJ Campbell in the box. So Bingham man up here to start this second half. A swing over. Anderson steps through. Dibble denies again. Callum, what a game. Oh, boy. And Dibble had to reach back to gather that. He's still got it. It's an empty cage right now. Bingham trying to get the possession back. He's got to retreat. And fortunately for Northridge, they do come away with it. And now the lob ahead. As time served, back to even strength. Here are the Knights. Here's Baldwin. As Ketz being defended here by Wilcox. That one didn't make its way through on the attempt there by Sy. And Northridge still with it. Chase Harris able to get it back as he sends over to Rusty. Baldwin. Right in front with Skousen trying to turn around. Was trying to get a shot away. A ground ball, and that shot was just wide. A race for possession, and it is won there by Southworth. The Keep able to win that possession back for the Miners. Up with Anderson. Nick. Boy, a lot of space here for Anderson. Coming over as well then to try to take it away. Anderson, the shot, the goal. I told you, it does not take a lot. That guy can absolutely rock it. His second of the game. That end-to-end. And Nick Anderson able to capitalize for Bingham. A ferocious shot there for the senior. As we head back to the spot here for the face-off. Another face-off win here for Parker Nielsen. Nielsen, the shot. That was wide, and I think that was backed up. It was here by Bingham. Good track down there by Hale. Here's Carlson. From X, coming around. Wanted to outlet that. That got disrupted maybe by CJ. Bingham back on it. To GLE here with Pierce. Devin. Sends over to Hale. Tucker works up top. Nielsen. Wind up. That was wide. Backed up here by the Miners. Back in play. And that one couldn't find its way through, but in the middle was kicked back ahead. But Jonas was there for Northridge. Now Northridge trying to get it back up. Tate. Caleb has the angle, works his way in front. That shot did not get away as it was knocked loose right as he was winding up to try to put one on frame. Gathered here by Whitney. He was looking up for Beckstead, but was just a step in front of him. That kept in, tracked down there by Hone. This one swung up the line. Still in play. No, it's not. As it heads out, Northridge will have it. Here's Zach Smith. Smith, boy, absorbing the check there of Whitney. And that pass was too tall as they'll give it up in the middle. It was a really crisp first half for Northridge. We've seen a couple of errant passes and starts to feel like there's starting to be a little bit of momentum and a little bit of energy back on that Bingham sideline. Here's Wilcox. Brenton sends it up with Hone. Carter here. Hone. Whitney. A shot. And Dibble able to handle that bouncer. Up with Jonas. 3 Bingham defenders trying to push him out. And able to stay in. Boy, Blake Jonas still on it here. Still work with Quinney. Baldwin coming on. Rusty sends over. A little bit of a lane there. The shot and the goal. A beautiful look there for, I think it was Syketts with his first goal, as Northridge pushes it back to a 4-goal difference. That was one where you knew Ketts wanted that shot. Bingham was able to get right in front, takes the extra step. You find that lane, throw it on goal. A low shot there, catching Southworth. As we head back to the face-off. 6.5 to go here, third quarter. Northridge has led for the duration. Another face-off win for Bingham. That jarred out off the stick check of Weldon. Bingham trying to keep it as that ball heads out. And we've got a whistle here instead. I think it's going to be Bingham possession. Indeed, that'll be the case. And now our officials going to come together here, converse. I think Bingham here looking for an explanation. And we do have a penalty here being called. Didn't see the call. It'll be served here by Hudson Hayward. Haywood, my apologies. So Bingham will be man up here. 6:23 to go. Third man up opportunity of the game for the Miners. Northridge capitalized on a man down goal. Sent over. Nick Anderson. Boy, tough angled pass there. Couldn't be collected. And it will go back to the Knights. Walking up here to put this back in play. Again, man down here. Northridge seeming intent on taking time off. Nice spin there by Baldwin. Work back to X here. Rusty finds over that rising shot, backed up here by the Knights. Sent to top with Harris. Back with Chase, now over to Skousen. A shot there, gathered by Southworth. Bingham able to bring it ahead. Nick Anderson, end-to-end, space in front here for Nick. Thought about the shot, still with it, Anderson. And that was just wide, backed up here by the Miners. Hale sends out to Hone. Peterson now straight away. Had Pierce there in front, instead holds it. And boy, Dibble was able to find that too. Campbell as back to even strength. Oh, nice spin there by Rusty. Rusty finds the teammate right in front. Oh, and that might have gone off a helmet. Tate was trying to throw one on Cage. The second opportunity was looking in front for Baldwin again, but that one trickled through. Southworth able to gather. And Bingham able to take care of it on the defensive end. Here comes Bingham. Wilcox right in front again. Saved away by Dibble. A second opportunity. That one's wide. Backed up here by Bingham. Boy, remember Bingham that first quarter had like 4 or 5 minutes sustained possession. They're starting again to have sustained possession. And now getting looks. That pass couldn't be handled. Ball's in the air. Tracked down by Hale. Whitney. Set with Carlson. Curtis pulling all it out. Carlson. That couldn't be gathered by Wilcox, and Northridge trying to get the clear. Too much on that. Bingham will start it. Here's Whitney. Whitney, step around, bounce shot, wide. And that one won by Northridge. Boy, great job there by Dibble. And how about the energy displayed by Dibble? He's had a good step, a good bounce to his game tonight. He's made critical saves and has kept this a 6-2 game. 2.5 to go here in the third quarter. Northridge pushing up here with Harris. Space in front for Chase. A lot of room. Harris looking for Tate there. Instead, he'll send this out with Quinney. Wren. Sent wide. Sy sending a cross shot and a goal. 5-hole. What a look for Max Skousen as he's got the hat trick. Third goal of the game for Max. Boy, what a shot there for Skousen. Largest lead of the game here for Northridge at 5. One here by Nielsen. Final 90 seconds of this third quarter. That lob to the middle. Ground ball. And yeah, over and back there. Northridge has it. Here's Baldwin. Plays this out. Sy. Trying to keep his footing there. We'll get the whistle now. Rusty will start this wide. Rusty, the spin back, and that fended off, backed up here for the Knights. Skousen plays it out. Rusty, the shot, and that deflected, didn't make its way through. Is Jordan Whitney able to race out and gather it for Bingham? Trying to deal with this pressure as we're inside of 20 seconds to go. Rusty, the long pass completed to, I was going to say Pierce, is Parker Nielsen. My apologies. Here comes Nielsen. Has numbers, plays it wide. Shot. Oh, boy, and that one ricocheted high off of Meekum. Well, 1.9 seconds left. And that will do it. Seconds come off. 7-2. The Northridge lead as we head to the fourth quarter. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week.
It all starts with a smile. To show you care, offer a sign of love, welcome someone home. Even when we don't see each other, or share a room, even without words. Smiles bring us together. Let's keep yours healthy. Stonehaven Dental. Schedule online at stonehavendental.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Welcome back. Start of the fourth quarter. Northridge leading Bingham 7-2. How about one goal scorer for the Miners today? Nick Anderson, the only Bingham Miner to net a goal. Another face-off win here for Parker Nielsen, as he has certainly settled in from the spot as this game is worn on, as that won by Northridge. That's Dibble again. Callum is certainly in play for our player of the game. You could also figure Max Skousen, of course, leading the way with goals. Oh, boy. How about delivering the hit? And we got a Miner down. I repeat, a Miner is down. Boy, and that might be Anderson. Took it right near the Bingham bench. It was not. It was 12 Tucker Hale. He has worked his way to his feet. Good to see, but boy, he took one, and this has certainly been a physical game. We've seen a lot of big hits, and it's been Northridge that has delivered a couple of them. They've absorbed quite a few of them, and they'll have it here to start. Boy, you want to talk about the difference a coach can make. Coach Keller, his first year in this Northridge program. Physical. The defense is stout. The offense doesn't waste a lot of opportunities. Still things that I know he'll go back in film room, talk to his team about. But, boy, it's been an impressive effort here today at home for Northridge. You talk about coming up, it doesn't get easier. They'll head to the road, take on Skyridge, a Region 4 team. Our region's always tough. Of course, for Bingham, they'll also take on Region 4 next. They'll head to the road, take on Westlake. That's been a Westlake team that's been off to a great start this season. Of course, you have Corner in that region, Lone Peak, AF. Bingham already beat a Region 4 team in Pleasant Grove. Nice little juke there by Cy. That drew the cheers of the home fans. Fed in front. What a move and a goal. Max Skousen, number 4. How about the threaded pass from Cy Ketz? That is a beautiful goal for Northridge. That's highlight film right there. Man, what a look. What a finish. How about 8 and 7 contributing for the 8th goal of the game? Another face-off win here for Bingham. Here's Carlson. Anderson trying to get the offense set up here for the Miners. Nielsen turned back. Surge here from Wilcox. Good help there defensively. Wilcox trying to keep the pressure on. Peeling right in front. Couldn't get a shot away. And scooped up there by Weldon. That ball high into the air. Retained here by Bingham. Wilcox works it back with Hale. I thought it was 12. It's 32. Riker Whitney with it instead. Here's Hone. Carter. Good help there defensively. That shot doesn't make its way through, right into the body of Zach Smith. The big man still keeping his balance, but lost possession. And now we've got a flag in on the play. As officials coming together here to make this call. Looks as though it might be here on Whitney. That is the call. Cross-check there, the call on Whitney. So first opportunity for Northridge to go man up. Get this started with Baldwin. Rusty sends over. Good ball movement here. Baldwin works back, shot, and captured there by Southworth. The look there was from Chase Harris. Here comes Dixon. And that was lost out. Back to Northridge. Boy, I had to cross across the track there to go gather the ball there. Normally you've got him sidelined, but today we've got snow here. Northridge still man up. Sent with Quinney. Back over. Wren. Boy, Anderson came bursting out for that Bingham defense. Angled shot and a goal. Boy, a sneaky shot there from the angle. That one scored by Cy. He had the assist on the prior. That time he wanted it all for himself. Beautiful find. And Cy with his second of the game. Boy, now you start to see some talking. Officials here having to make certain we stay even here. Nine to 2, the Northridge lead. They've scored in every frame. Have not trailed for a second tonight. And stop me if you heard this before. Nielsen with another face-off win, and yet Bingham has not been able to capitalize off of that. Here's Carlson, now with Pierce. Oh, wide open, right in front, and Tibble. My goodness, you're 2 feet away, one-on-one. And Callum once again stands up this Bingham offense as a flag coming on here. We talked about it was starting to get a little chippy. And a penalty here will be called. Oh, boy, and now, again, having to come out and separate. This is one of the things that in the offseason, the UHSAA sent out notice, players, coaches, fans wanting to clean up the behavior, and officials now sending both teams to their respective benches. We talked about it's been flaring up for the last couple of minutes. I did not see what happened away from the action. There was certainly contact on the far side. And again, after that last Northridge goal, you kind of saw players coming together. Officials had to separate. And, boy, even benches now talking to one another. One of the things, again, we'll just reiterate, the UHSAA, this has been something they've wanted to clean up, is now, boy, staff's going back and forth as well. Officials still trying to work this situation out. We're going to step aside. There's going to be some conversation. We'll be back. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Welcome back. So we do not have anything official for you other than a bunch of hand signals, and there are a lot of thumbs ups over the shoulders. We've got some ejections. I don't know who. We're not going to highlight or disclaim any of that. There's certainly penalties to be served. Looks 2 men in the box for Northridge, 1 for Bingham. There was a lot of conversation with coaches, with players. Officials had no problem trying to manage the situation. I think they did a bang-up job of what could have been a very difficult situation, just like that. As we start back playing, it's man up for Bingham. And I'll just hit on it one more time as a ground ball here. The UHSAA took games away from every team in the state this year because of culture, fans, players, and what we just kind of saw as a fan of the sport. We all have opportunities to improve here. As Northridge holding here, keeping Quinney as a whistle here. We'll give it back to Bingham. Here's Anderson, the only goal scorer for Bingham today. And now we've got a whistle and a timeout taken by the Miners. Timeout Bingham. They'll have possession, man up, when we come back.
It all starts with a smile. To show you care, offer a sign of love, welcome someone home. Even when we don't see each other, or share a room, even without words, smiles bring us together. Let's keep yours healthy. Stonehaven Dental. Schedule online at stonehavendental.com.
Mountain Land Power Equipment provides exceptional service and high-quality brands you know and trust in lawn, landscaping, and snow removal products. Our experienced staff of technicians repair all types of snow plows, snow blowers, lawn mowers, small engines, and is trained to answer questions about lawn, garden, snow removal, and landscaping products. Mountain Land Power Equipment, now with 2 locations to serve you in Salt Lake City and Springville.
Welcome back. Bingham with possession, 7 to play. Swung out with Whitney. Played it back, work around. Hone right in front was looking for Anderson, couldn't connect. Retreated and gathered here by Riken. Whitney again. Over to Anderson. The shot, that was deflected. And collected here by Gage. And now we've got whistles because a timeout has been taken by Northridge. 6.5 to go. Timeout Knights. Welcome back. Northridge on it. That pass too tall. And Bingham able to come away with it. Tough pass there. Berg was trying to get back on it, but gave it up. Here's Tate. Oh, we've got whistles. Interference there, I believe. As Bingham will start with it. Here's Hone. Back with Hale. Back to the angle. Shot there and a goal. Good look there for Bingham. It was Carlson that had the goal. Oh, and now it's going to be waved off. Boy, waved off here from the outside official. I'm hoping we get an explanation here. Oh, too many men in the zone. And so the goal waved off. Here comes Northridge on the attack. Oh, good look right in front and a save by Southworth. Heady play. Is this one trickling out? Southworth diving to try to get closest. It does go out, backed up here by Northridge. Oh, never mind. They're going to give it to Bingham. Miners trying to work it up. Nielsen with space. Parker. Works to Anderson. Nick. Waiting here as Pierce has come on. Here's Whitney. Lost it. Rusty trying to get there. Well, Whitney able to shield him off and hold it. Anderson couldn't gather. As it goes out, it'll be Northridge possession. Here's CJ. Quinney. Double team here by Bingham. Wren trying to get it back and does. Able to scoop that up. Plays over with Harris. As we approach 4 to play here in regulation, Northridge in control. Harris working in front. Shot. Bounce shot just skips over. Backed up here by the Knights. Pressured by Peterson of Bingham. Coming around. And that deflected on the look there for Hadley. Out of play. Northridge will start it with Tate. Got to run and gather it here first. Tate works inside, has help. Gives it to Christopher, now near side. Max. Patience here has got 4 goals tonight. Has scored in every quarter for Northridge. Sends it to Harris. be back to Bingham here. Here comes Lever. That pass too tall to be gathered. Northridge will have it again. Jonas working up there with CJ Campbell. A lot of space here, a lot of time. CJ still on it. Taking it to the corner. Back over with Hadley. Hadley, nice job on the cradle there. We'll send it out. Here's Christopher. Tried to give that back. It was deflected and captured by Porter, who had just come on. Scored back in the first quarter. To Kyber. And that loss picked up there by Reese for Bingham. Couldn't hold it as that finds its way through to Devin Pierce. Pierce looking to outlet. Gets it ahead. Here comes Reese. That one scooped up to the middle and gathered there by CJ Campbell. Final 90 seconds. Our first boys lacrosse game of the season. We thought this would be a doozy. Northridge has sent a statement. They are going to be a team to be dealt with this season. A big win here at home. As here's Nick Anderson. 2 goals for Bingham today. The only 2 goals for Bingham from this man. Looking right in front, and that could not get away cleanly. Wilcox, as that ball skipped right out of the netting before he could get a shot away. Final minute of play. Northridge bringing it ahead here with Meekum. On the angle, that shot over the crossbar, backed up. In play with Hadley. Here's Skousen. Harris. From behind, Tate, that shot. Oh, what a look. The goal scored by Caleb Tate. I think I was off the bar and in to make it 10-2 Northridge. The first game for Northridge, scoring in double figures. First of the game for Caleb Tate, second on the year for the sophomore. Back to the face-off. Northridge will turn to the freshman Lance Keller. Nielsen coming up to the angle. Here's Tucker. Final 10 seconds here at Northridge. That pass finding its way through before being gathered by CJ. He'll lob it up. And that will do it. Northridge with a 10-2 win. They improved to 4-1, defeating Bingham. Our player of the game, we're going to the junior goalie, Callum Dibble. What a game from him tonight. Was fantastic, including a couple of one-on-one situations where he just stoned Bingham. The Knights allow 1 goal scorer. It was Nick Anderson with both goals, as Callum Dibble was strong in cage and Northridge gets the 10-2 win over the Miners. For Vince Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us here on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Want to remind you we'll have boys and girls lacrosse for you the rest of the year right here on KSLSports.com.